The G7 countries and the European Union continue to work on a mechanism for the transfer of arrested Russian assets to Ukraine for the restoration of cities destroyed by the aggressor's army. In mid-June, a bill was presented in the United States that could allow President Joe Biden to make such decisions. However, according to experts, Ukraine's partners will not transfer assets without a common legal mechanism. It could be provided either by the International Criminal Court or a special tribunal for the crime of aggression, which is being prepared.
Many countries have announced that they knew about Russian assets, but they are ready to transfer them only if there is a legal, judicial decision. Nobody wants non-legal actions because that would destroy the system that the West was built on, the legal system, as that includes the financial sector. This could undermine confidence in the Western financial system. All our partners are actively involved in the seizure of property, but not in confiscation. The arrest allows freezing these assets and depriving Russia of control over them, but does not deprive Russia of the ownership of these assets and does not allow them to be transferred to Ukraine. At the moment, about $330 billion of Russian assets of Russian oligarchs have been frozen in the West.
So far, the process of seizing assets belonging to Russian legal entities and individuals that have fallen under sanctions continues in the West. Once comfortable for the oligarchs from the Federation of Italy, they announced that they had frozen assets in the amount of about 2 billion euros. These are bank accounts, villas, yachts and cars of representatives of the Kremlin elite and their partners. The Prime Minister of Slovakia said that the country was not ready to transfer the frozen Russian assets to Ukraine, but it could send profits from these funds to Kyiv.
This is not an ideal option for us, since it does not allow us to confiscate and transfer hundreds of billions of dollars in favor of Ukraine. In turn, it will only allow Ukraine to take the income from this property without taking it away from the property of Russia. This, of course, will also allow certain funds to be transferred to Ukraine, but they will be more modest. We are talking about $3 to $4 billion a year.
Since the case of the transfer of the assets of the aggressor country to the victim of a military invasion is unprecedented in modern history, the process will not be quick, experts are sure. However, the first steps have already been taken by the decision of the Council of Europe. By the end of this summer, a register of losses that Ukraine has suffered since February the 24th will be drawn up. Other political decisions are also important.
This is the decision of the Council of Europe that Russia is recognized as the aggressor. This is a step forward. Europe says one is the aggressor, the other is the victim. The aggressor caused harm. The victim must be compensated. We draw up a register, as it was recently decided to draw up a register of losses. Starting from the World Bank, everyone is working to calculate the losses.
Since the beginning of the full-scale invasion, the US has frozen Russian assets worth about $100 billion, the European Union about $24.5 billion, the UK $21 billion, Switzerland just over $8 billion. At the same time, according to the World Bank, as of March this year, the war brought Ukraine losses in the amount of more than $411 billion. Reported by Dana Kolesnik, Larisa Zubenko, UATV News.